Alright, we're back. Morning of day 4.
Day 4?
You see this? No coffee cup in my hand.
Well, this is just a happy guy here. So far so good. You know, we've had a few challenges, but at least the transmission is out. Yesterday we left off with the torque converter stuck on the actual engine still. Luckily we were able to just shimmy that out and it came out like nothing. So now we're exactly where we're supposed to be, and today we're heading inside the car.
Yeah, I think a couple things. We're probably going to do the pedal assembly, the hydraulic lines, trying to see what else we're going to go ahead and do. I'm thinking probably cut the lines, the rest of the lines that we're trying to undo. I guess the lines for the transmission cooler.
The transmission cooler, yeah, they're kind of hanging right now, so hopefully we're going to be able to chop them off a little bit more and kind of snake them out, and as well as the mounting brackets that were left behind. They're still kind of there, so today's kind of a cleanup day. You know, I know this shouldn't be taking this long, but we're kind of pacing ourselves, and we figure, you know, this is technically a normal, inexperienced pace, I mean, at least for me.
Yeah, I think we spend a lot of times looking for tools more than anything.
Yeah, so organization, key.
Yeah.
We're not doing that yet, so maybe in the future for the rest of our projects, we'll be a little bit more organized, but you know, it always happens to be that the main one we're working on is the one that we don't quite prep for.
Yeah, so I think once we hit that, we're probably going to maybe tackle that flywheel, I'm thinking, and then the seals are after that. I just don't know how far we'll get today. I don't think we'll get that far, but more than likely, probably pedals, shifter assembly, you know, that sort of stuff.
Have something to show for it. Get rid of that horrible shift knob finally, and you know, say goodbye to the last piece of the automatic transmission. So I'm excited.
All right, well, great. I guess if you stick around, you'll be able to see some of this actually happen.
Yeah. All right, so we went ahead and finally disconnected the brake pedal. It was a matter of disconnecting these 4 bolts that are here. There's going to be one up top as well. And there was a clip right here that was kind of a pain and a pin. So once we pulled it out, the whole unit came out. The cool thing is right here, you can see there's holes already for the lines that we're going to be fishing up to the reservoir, the brake reservoir. Yes, there we go. But our concern right now is actually in the engine bay, where let's move around here. So we went ahead and drained the brake fluid, but we're not 100% sure where they're going to be coming from. But this is the nipple that it's going to connect to. So we're going to have to cut that nipple and put the hose there, but we don't know exactly where it's going to come from. So that'll be our next challenge right now. Okay, so this is where our disassembly ends and we actually begin to install the parts we needed for the swap. We're going to start by installing the 2 clutch lines. One of them is going to go to the brake reservoir. The other one's going to go to the slave cylinder. There's also a few optional steps that we highly recommend while you're here, you know. Better late than never, actually. So let's do it while you're here. Right. First one's going to be the new rear main seal. That usually tends to leak, and you've probably been going for thousands of miles with it leaking. So this is the perfect time for you guys to actually take it out and put in a brand new one. Because if you want to do it next time, you're going to have to take off the entire transmission all over again. So this is a great time to do it. Second thing is, since we're putting in the new transmission, we need to do the rear transmission seal, sorry, for them. The one that's going to be in the input spline, and then also the one that's going to be towards where the guibo gets installed. So definitely do those 2, and then that way you won't run the risk of the transmission you just bought start leaking, and may need to eventually do that all over again. And also we're going to attach to this video, please take a look. You're going to see in the description, you're going to see the parts list necessary to complete everything. So check it out. All right, quick update video. We are done with routing the lines finally. That took us almost all day, and we decided to also just go ahead and remove the center console and the shifter. But yeah, seriously, it was really long day with barely much accomplished, but at least visually, everything automatic is gone now. So yay! So we'll see. Till next time, see y'all. All right, guys, welcome to a very rainy day 5. It's actually our 5th day working, but it's actually not actually day 5. I had to take a week and a half break because I kept stressing safety first, safety first, safety first, but I never applied it to the rest of my life. So when I went to do another project for my wife inside the house, I ended up dropping a closet bracket and busting my toe open. I'm back now. So now we pick up exactly where we left off. So the plan is today to go ahead and see if we can wire the neutral safety switch and actually go under the car and to see if we can remove the automatic flywheel in order to get to the, what's the word I'm looking for? The rear main seal, yes, the rear main seal. So hopefully those are the two things in place for today. We should be tackling the brake pedals and the clutch master cylinder, but unfortunately the one that I had was broken, and the one I ordered the wrong one by accident. So we have a few more days for that to get here. So we're gonna leave that for next week, or for next time I get a chance to do this, but for now, those are the two main goals for the day. So hopefully we can get to them. Stick around.
Okay, so this is our main transmission harness. Wanted to point out a couple things here. What we're going to do here in order to defeat the neutral safety switch is we are going to join number 5 here, the green and gray wire, with this brown wire. So this is, if you look in the connector, there's going to be some numbers in here. I don't know if we can get it. So you can see 5 and 7. So if you join 5 and 7, what's going to happen is it'll completely, it'll think it's on park at all times, so you won't have a problem to turn on the car at all. Also, one of the things that I wanted to point out is that if you take that route, you will not have a cruise control anymore. In order to gain cruise control, it's a little different procedure, but I opted not to do this. It would have been a little more professional. Is that instead of using a clutch switch on the clutch pedal, you would put a second brake switch. The reason you put a second brake switch is because it's a closed switch instead of the clutch switch, which is normally an open switch. And then you would route those wires to these two. To 5 and 7. So that way, when you would press the clutch, it would pretend like it's on neutral and it'll act like a clutch safety switch. It's really neat, really professional. I don't want to add yet another expense here, but just know that if you put a brake switch where the clutch switch normally goes, so you would be running with two brake switches, sorry. Then you would be able to route it to those two wires, 5 and 7, and actually when you press a clutch, it would actually start on, and then you'll also be able to get your cruise control back. I don't think I've ever used the cruise control in the 17 years that I've owned this car, so that's why I figured this would be a better solution for me. So that's just a quick tip and also a guide of what we're going to be doing here. Okay, so I figured there's one more thing I wanted to add. On the main harness here, we have the reverse switch. This is the reverse light connector. Okay, I figured that it would reach all the way over here and it connected to the new manual transmission, and it would connect fine, but it won't work. It took me a little bit of reading again to completely understand what we were supposed to do with this. But what we're going to do with this is kind of trace it back down the main harness and cut it up as high as possible, I guess. And we're going to be joining the two wires that are connected in here to pin 2 and 3 of the same harness where we just did the modification for the clutch safety switch. So that way, that's how we're actually going to get our reverse light working. If we don't do this, apparently it does not work. So again, we have this huge main harness here, so we're gonna open it up in here and probably cut up as high as possible up here. And then we're gonna use, again, here's our shift well here. We're gonna use one of these little holes right here. You can see, I don't know if you can see where I'm moving, but using this hole, we're gonna feed the cable back down to the engine. And then we're going to be able to successfully wire it to the new manual transmission.
Okay, so I lied. We're missing one step, and all we got to do is remove the automatic flywheel, and all we have to do is remove the 8 E-Torx bolts. That's it. Real simple.
Okay, so we took the flywheel bolts off, and now we're finally see the rear main seal. And as you can see, this rear main seal had actually failed. So there's lots of oil everywhere. So now I'm going to start degreasing it first. Just making it look nice. Then we're going to go straight to removing the seal there and just replacing that. So stay tuned. Okay, so I cleaned this up just a little bit. Now that I feel a little bit better about it, now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little drill, make a little bit of a hole right here and right in the gasket. We're going to thread a screw right there, and now it's going to allow us to pull that gasket out. Last time we left off, we were trying to change out the rear main seal. It was supposed to be a really simple procedure. You drill a little hole, we pull out, and we just use a screw to pull out the old seal and just replace the new one. We had bought it. It was really nice. We had this, we bought this part. It was probably about $15 seal. We could just put it in, put some sealant over it, and it would have been done. Well, apparently after 22 years in the car, that was completely seized, and there's no way to take it out. So, and then I ended up messing up the actual frame of it. And let me see if I can bring it up. So this is our old seal here, and I couldn't, no matter how hard I tried, I could not pull anything out of this. And then I ended up breaking one of the tabs right here. So I figured, I have to chalk it up and then just buy a whole new assembly. Assembly's here, so today's goal is hopefully to be able to put this in and also finish up tightening the clutch master cylinder. I went ahead and put in the clutch master cylinder and the pedal assembly already in the car. The funny part is that I thought that we could, as a whole unit, you could slide this into the hard line and then just plug it in, and it would work beautifully. Apparently not. You have to actually do this individually, where you have to actually take this end right here and snap it into the hard line, then position it, and then mount the assembly around it. I wasn't expecting to do that. Again, that was just dumb me for trying out something new. So it turned out to be a little more difficult than I thought. So, and also ended up having extra part that I even posted on the forums. I have no clue where it goes. I just popped out, and I'll show you in just a second what it is. So I ended up having this right here, spare clip. I know it goes in the return spring assembly. I can't find a way for this to kind of stay still. I can't find a groove where this thing just sits perfectly. I don't know. I've looked at pictures online, and I swear I cannot find a picture of this already mounted, a clear picture at least. So I'm truly at a loss for where this actually goes right now. And hopefully, if anybody can help me out, I'll be more than glad. I'm keeping this around, and I know I'm gonna put it back, but right now I'm still kind of at a loss of the exact location of this. All right, so today what we're gonna do is hopefully put in the rear main seal. After I do the rear main seal, I'm gonna double check the pedal assembly, make sure everything's okay. Right now I know for a fact that I have the clutch reservoir. I haven't tightened that out, so that's something quick that I'll have to do. But after that, my goal is to actually work on the drive shaft, split it apart, put the new bearings, put everything new, and actually the new junction in. The new front end part of the drive shaft. I'm hoping everything will go smoothly. I think I have all the parts, barring any kind of craziness, but I think we can accomplish this on this very rainy day today. So stick around. Okay, so I went ahead and finally replaced the
rear main seal assembly. As you can see here, the brand new assembly is in place. I also went ahead and, according to like the Pelican Parts article, you're supposed to use something called, what is it, Curol T right here. You can see that. I ordered that online and I followed the instructions, and I figured, I know that the seal was already pressed from the assembly itself, but I figured, you know what, let me just still put some of that sealant all over the new seal, just in case. You know, I guess you're better safe than sorry. So as you can see here, well, we've installed the whole thing. And the next thing we're going to go for is actually the pilot bearing right here. So we're going to use some lithium grease to oil this up. We're going to oil up the bearing itself as well. Align it here, and hopefully with a socket similar size, we're going to be able to like tap it in slowly until it seats itself in there. So hopefully I'll bring you the finished product once that's done. Alright, so pilot bearing is done. You can see it pressed in. Next thing that we have to do here is put the flywheel, but unfortunately I need a second pair of hands for that. Flywheel is very heavy, so I'm not even going to attempt to do it by myself right now. So whenever Danny can join me, then I'll figure out, we'll step to that. Next thing I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to get started on stuff that's can be done outside the car.
So I think we'll be ending this here for today. We didn't get as far as we hoped we would. I was hoping by now we'd be able to be working on the transmission input and output shaft seals, but I guess we'll do that next time. See you guys then.